Hello, I got a short story to tell today. I want to talk about what it's like living on the outside of Chicago in the suburbs here. So, outside here on a Friday night, you would think in the woods, outside of one of these Chicago suburbs, be nice and quiet in the woods. But on a Friday night, I think everybody wants to come out here and drive in the woods on a nice Friday night. So being out here on the outskirts, it's not always what it's cracked up to be. You may get some complaints, some comments about this, but everyone's cooped up, cabin fever. They got their cars locked up all winter. It's the first nice day. You get to roll down your windows and come out and cruise the woods on a nice evening. It's clear, stars are going to come out. It's probably about high 60s, 70s degrees. But the thing about living in this triangulated area that I'm in here, it's not always peaceful living in the woods here. So the area that I'm in, everyone that lives in Chicago seems to want to bring their cars, and they do their little cruise nights, which I don't have a problem with cruise nights. I don't have a problem with motorcycles. I don't have a problem with the little, the kids driving their grandma's car with the fart cannon mufflers, making all the noises and popcorn noises, whatever. It's annoying that they all have to come here to do it. If you want to drive around down 63rd and Archer, or drive down Harlem back and forth, that's fine. I don't have a problem with you staying in your neighborhood and disturbing the shit out of all your neighbors and aggravating the shit out of them. But I think the thing is, everyone triangulates into this main area from most of the south side Chicago, and from this area here it all shoots out and distributes out into the rest of the Cook County Forest Preserve here. So it's not always peaceful in the woods like you would think. It's noisy as hell. I watch these other videos. It'd be nice to do a recording outside, have a nice peaceful, with the trees and the birds chirping and the squirrels running around. No, it's not like that here. It'd be nice to go walking through the woods and you see some of those, and everyone's got their nice peaceful videos. No, it's not like that here. It's still a forest preserve in Cook County, Illinois. It's noisy as hell living here, but you just can't get away from it. I'm sure it's probably a lot quieter in other parts of the country, but Cook County, Illinois, south side, in the woods, yeah, it's not all peaceful, chirping birds and squirrels and deer. I mean, we got all the deer, raccoon, coyote, fox, skunks. We got all the wildlife here, but we still got the noise. But just the one point of this video, or one of the points of this video, it's you get the people that just come through this triangle town, and they gotta come through and just do their stupid shit, revving their engines for no reason. You just feel like they're just, go shit in your part of your neighborhood. Why has everybody got to come to this neighborhood to shit in here? And then, in the middle of the night, like now as it's going to start getting dark, the Forest Preserve police start closing up the woods. And then everyone leaves the Forest Preserve and they all start heading back into the city, or they're heading out to wherever shopping mall parking lots, the different groups they hang out at. You got your little popper car hangouts, you got your motorcycle parking lot hangouts, you got your truck car hangouts. You know, I don't have a problem with that. That's fine. But it's just crazy. Once it gets dark, dusk, they close down the woods, it just becomes a crazy car show out here where everybody comes down this street through here. But, you know, nobody's got to do it nice and quiet. Everyone's got to rev the shit out of their engines and just make noise. It just doesn't make any sense to me. You know, it's just, I don't think it was ever that way. You know, now I sound like an old person. We never did that when we were kids. But whatever. You know, and I don't have a problem with that. But, I mean, do it in your own town or appropriate place. Just, you know, you just go ripping through all these, like this asshole over here. You know, I mean, there's no reason to be flying 100 miles per hour down a 30-mile-per-hour street. It's just ridiculous. But anyway, you know, do it in your own neighborhood. You know, it just doesn't make sense to go shitting in other people's neighborhoods and then every other neighborhood that you gotta go through. It's just stupid. It's just stupid. But that's the one point. The second thing I wanted to just mention today, you know, work today, just having so much stress at work. Just, you know, I don't know what my headache is at work, you know, migraines all the time. But today I got to talking to somebody that came out to do some service at one of our buildings. And it was kind of nice talking to this guy. He mentioned about the place where he's working at. They'll hire anybody that they can get off the street to fill their tech positions. Yep, rev your engine. And they're idiots back at the shop. And I says, oh, well, you know, I've been sending my resume out to your place and nobody's ever called me yet. You know, I want to get out of this place. Why aren't you guys calling me? And right away, you know, he says, well, what, you sent your resume? I'll make a phone call. You get hired right away. I thought that was nice. You know, I've worked with him before. But he was pretty serious that if I wanted to go work for this other company, that I would be hired instantly to go do electrical work at another company. You know, and being at the place that I'm at now for over 19 years, that if I really needed to or wanted to, that I could just pick up and walk and just jump right into another job. You know, that's nice. And I know I could do that. I guess I just don't really have the confidence that I could do that. But I know I could. Then you hear all these other people say no one's hiring anybody who's over 50. But maybe it's just the trade that I'm in, the skills that I have with doing electrical work, with doing PLC work. Yep. Go ahead. Yep. Don't hit the trees. There's lots of them out in the woods. But anyway. But I guess I just don't have enough confidence in myself to just walk out of a job and that I could just get another job doing some kind of mechanical, electrical work, doing repairs or maintenance on electrical systems. Oh, actual semi-trucks. You don't see them too often here. Wait for them to go by. So maybe I got a little bit more skills than I give myself credit for. Maybe I have an ability to just walk away from this stressful job that I'm in now. And I have the ability to just pick up and walk away from it. You know, I make good money. I got good insurance. But it's to the point where it's just, this place is making me sick. And, you know, part of this channel, I've mentioned before, I am looking to just pack it up and move out of Illinois and just move to another state. I don't know what state I want to move to. I don't know what town in another state I want to move to. You know, we're looking in the Arkansas, Tennessee, Kentucky, West Virginia, that belt area. We've looked in southern Illinois, southern Indiana, Carolinas, you know, but somewhere along that belt I'm looking to move. Maybe somebody's got some suggestions of some nice towns to move to. But, you know, that'll come up on this channel. So maybe you'll see one of these days I'll have my own video. I quit my job and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we'll see. I guess I just gotta put my brave boots on and put my I quit hat on and just walk away from this stress, because I know most of my health problems are probably because of this job. But I just got to do it. Just got to pull the trigger and get myself out of this place. And once that happens, then the motivation to move out of this state is even quicker to do it, because I sure as hell can't afford to live in this state. You know, this house I live in, I'm paying $13,000 a year in property taxes. And we're looking at houses where property taxes for a year is $500 a year. Come on, man. This Illinois state sucks. It's probably not even really Illinois. It's probably just Cook County. You know, it's ridiculous. You know, I mean, it's my property taxes is more than my mortgage on this damn house. I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here. And then just worrying about what I got to worry about at work. You know, the phone, I'm always on call. There's no holidays. It's a public job. You get no holidays. You get no time off. You got to be, when that phone rings, you got to be ready to go. You got no days off. There's no time off. There's no rest, no relaxation. The phone will ring at any time of the day or night, and you gotta get up and go. And that sucks. That really sucks. I'm too old for that shit anymore. Sorry. So there's my two gripes for today. One is living in the woods is not always quiet, and two, I got to give myself more credit than what I have with my skills, and I got to not be afraid of finding another job if I just pick up and run out of Illinois and move to whatever state I go to. I'll be okay. You know, I'm not worried about the money anymore. I don't care about the money. Money doesn't mean nothing. Money has no value to me anymore. It's all about my health at this point. So it's getting dark. My video's getting crappy, and that was a weird train horn. Sounds like a banshee screaming. I've never heard that train before. But anyway, thanks for watching. This is a longer than usual video. I wish you guys would watch more of the videos. You guys skip through them a lot. I know I ramble a lot, and I purposely made this without Nico Mata. Nico Mata is not with me today, my pet cat microphone. But I just wanted you guys to hear that living in the woods isn't always as peaceful as you think it is, especially when you live on the outskirts of the south side of Cook County, Chicago. And don't always be afraid that you don't have the skills to find another job. You know, I kind of got that confidence boost today that I could probably just pick up and go where I need to go, and I will be okay. I should be okay. I will be okay. I've got a lot of electrical experience under my belt, and I should be okay. Even at 50 years old, I should be okay. You know, I could probably work till 70 if my job treats me right. All right. Thanks for sticking around this long if you did. I really appreciate it. It really helps me to talk, even if you guys aren't listening. I got really no other people to talk to about this griping about work stuff. If I talk to people at work, they just, complain even more and make my day harder at work for me. But whatever. And my family is sick and tired of hearing about it because they hear about it every day. So if I throw it out there to somebody new, and there goes a whole nother minute by. So if you made it this far, thank you very much for watching. It's getting dark. I gotta go. Have a good night. Have a good day. I hope you are doing well, whatever time of day it is you are that you're watching this. Take care of yourselves. And I'm feeling like I'm going to be okay right now. And if I'm feeling like I'm going to be okay, I think everybody is or has the potential to feel okay too. I feel everybody, we're all human. We will all get through this. Thank you for watching this long.